Have you noticed that in order for the steam engine to work and give out at least some energy, it itself needs to be powered, namely, to make the pump work? I wondered if it was profitable. And as I found out, yes. Hello everyone. Today, I will show you how to make a perpetual steam engine, and with a lot of energy. The design turned out to be not very complicated and quite understandable, but you will be able to build it only at the last stages of development in Crete. Still, you would receive a lot of energy from the very beginning of your development. It would not be interesting. So, I checked that if you put a windmill with a small number of white rods to a steam engine, nothing worked. I tried to connect the speed controller, and only after 48 units, the engine started working. This was already profitable, because if you use only one windmill with a small number of white sails, then the energy was given out 212 yen, and if it is equipped with a steam engine, then in the end, the steam engine itself can give out 2048 yen of energy and more. But this is just an interesting fact, a test that I did before building a real perpetual steam engine. So, let's start our construction. First, we need to build a tree farm. Small or large, it depends on you, but any one will do. How is it done? Yes, just like the wheat farm that I showed you in the last video, about simple mechanisms, only with a tree. However, today, I will show you how to make it even easier. This time, you cannot even use a rotary mechanism. It is enough to put a bearing and a triple mill here, and put the whole mechanism on it, and then make it a building with sails. For this hint, thank you to this wonderful person from the comments. However, unlike building a wheat farm, we need two more autonomous activators here. We add tree seedlings to the filter, which we are going to plant on the farm, and also give these seedlings into our hands. Do not forget to glue everything together. By the way, the whole mechanism needs to be built so that this portable storage interface is 4 blocks from the ground. And you do it like this, well, or in some other way, it's up to you. The main thing is not to forget about it. Further, where we put the output from this mechanism, instead of a funnel and a chest, we put 2 conveyor belts. On them we put 2 brass tunnels, and in their filter, we put wood that will fall from our trees. From the bottom of one of the conveyor belts, we put a stove, and on it, we put an andesite funnel with an arrow down. From the bottom of the second conveyor belt, and to the side of the stove, we put an ordinary funnel, so that it transfers things to the stove. From the bottom of the stove, we put another andesite funnel with an arrow down, and under it, we put another conveyor belt. 2 blocks after the conveyor belt, we put a depot, and 2 funnels to it, and on top of them, a chest with an andesite funnel that takes in resources. We return to the first conveyor belt built and put a vertical gearbox, a reversing mechanism, and another vertical gearbox to it, and a windmill bearing on it, and a sail on it, and more, because they will feed us a lot of things. From the first vertical gearbox installed, we put 3 more of the same down, and from them we carry the shafts to the lower conveyor belt. To the side of the depot and the chest with funnels, we put 9 burnt flashes. After the depot, we put a mechanical arm, highlighting so that he takes items from the depot and puts them in all 9 flash burners. We put a speed controller to the conveyor belt, setting it to a speed of 48, and then we carry power from the big gear to the mechanical arm like this. We put a liquid tank on a flare burner with a height of 6 blocks. We conduct 2 tubes from these tanks to the water source, gears between them. We output the power, as it was shown in the video, and put the speed controller, a large gear, a vertical gearbox on the side, and a windmill bearing on top. We are putting more sails on it, but don't be afraid, you will soon get your windmill back. On the speed controller, we set the speed to 112, and here we put a steam engine with a shaft. From it, we conduct power to the same gear as the windmill was carried out, only from the other side. If it doesn't work with the gearboxes, then try with the shaft, and if it doesn't work with the shaft, then on the contrary, try with the gearbox. Now the windmill can be turned off or even disassembled. We turn on all our mechanisms, and now we have an endless steam engine. The tree is planted, assembled, sent to the stove. In the stove it turns into charcoal. The charcoal itself is directed to the hand that feeds the flare burners with it, and the steam engine itself is responsible for powering its own pumps. So our steam engine runs endlessly. Yes, if the tree does not go for a long time, the mechanism loses some amount of energy units, but then it returns them. If you have interesting ideas with an infinite steam engine, write them in the comments. Subscribe to the channel If you want more cool and interesting mechanisms, facts, life hacks, and fashion reviews, put a like and tinkle on the bell. I'm saying goodbye to you, until the next video.